Peace, greetings, and welcome everybody. This is another Global Peace series, and we have, as always, many wonderful business leaders and global leaders who stand for the message of peace in their own beautiful way, share with us in this session. And today we have with us Mdm Murshidah Said, Love and Respect Transformation Center founder. We're so glad and delighted to have you here with us, Mdm Murshidah.
Oh, thank you so much, Azeeza. It's always a pleasure to be in your space, on your platform, and I'm really looking forward to this, and I'm grateful that you invited me.
Yes, it is, and these sessions are very divinely guided. I have it sometimes planned up to 2 weeks in advance, and sometimes 2 hours in advance. That's how divinely guided this whole thing is, and so I'm so happy that you said yes to this, and we are currently, in. Just as I was talking to you and putting this thing together, I think I told you that was when I looked up how many weeks have we been showing up every Sunday for the last 38 weeks. We have been live on Sunday mornings, and it's a huge pleasure that it was able to, and very grateful that we were able to go through every session with our Facebook audience and reaching out. Many people are watching it recorded. That's the fun thing. And many people come on live as well. So the recorded version is a very popular hit. Every month we have for the pages at least about a few thousand views. So that's the beauty of this work that we are doing. And I'm so happy that Facebook Live is having it. At the same time, not to forget, our GoGLOBALchannel.com has been launched. And this is really another milestone for us for featuring this amazing work of our global mentors and trainpreneurs, that makes it possible for us to impact more lives. So I want to thank you, Mdm Murshidah, for being that spark of light and also part of our journey and in that community that we are serving together.
Oh, yeah, it's my pleasure. Always my pleasure. And thank you for creating that space. And thank you for always showing up and doing this, because at this stage in the world right now, globally, the world really needs this. The world really needs, and it's very heartwarming that you said people watch it live and more recorded, which means they download it, they watch, they listen to it when they are free, and that uplifts the energy in this world.
Sure, it does. And I want to talk a little bit about you now, because you have been doing some amazing work. Being a Singaporean married to a Malaysian, you kind of migrated there. Singapore misses you now that you can't be traveling so much, but we see you a lot online and Facebook and Zoom and everything else. Your work has been quite amazing, because you don't only run a training transformation center that is for corporates and people, you also run a very amazing work on a social side that you reach out to refugees and work with the less privileged friends of very different forte, and you stand for that growth and that empowerment, right? So that is a huge heads up to you. Kudos to you, and much blessings be with you on that.
Thank you. Thanks for saying this. Yeah.
I want to ask you, because this is always the first question. So the first question is, what is peace? What is peace? What do you define peace as?
Okay, for me, peace is that state of being where there's just no negative or any anger emotions that are overpowering the other high vibe emotions. Now, for me also, having peace is not like putting all your negative or your angry emotions down and not acknowledging them. For me, peace is also being able to acknowledge when you are unhappy, when you feel something is not aligned, when I feel something that hurts, I acknowledge it. And instead of trying to hide it or trying to not say it exists or it's bad, it's just a state of being. It's, for me, I know that sometimes I'm negative, sometimes I'm positive, and I'm okay with it. It's like, what am I going to do with it to keep my whole vibe high? And to me, a high vibe is having peace, having love, having respect, and having lots of joy. That to me is a state of peace,
Yes, it is. I think this is, that's how we really love it, that when we are hearing from you and all our leaders who come on this call, we get different perspectives. And that is why it is so important for us to see all perspectives and then, absorb in what is possible for us, how we can grow with that knowledge, expand our horizons to what's possible. So how have you been, in the current situation in Malaysia? Maybe we should ask a little bit on that. How has it been? Peace has been acknowledged in Malaysia. I mean, I'm not talking about Murshidah, but Malaysia as a whole.
Well, in my space, in Malaysia, Malaysia is a pretty big country, with a lot of diverse communities and diverse groups of people. In my community, we're always reminded to add value, as in if something is just not right or something, what can we do about it? I mean, that's the way it works here. Yeah, the way my community works, where when we see something that is not aligned or unhappy, what can we do about it so that it will be in a state of alignment and it will be state of peace? Yeah. And in terms of other communities, and I'm sure, like when you asked me about Malaysia, there are people who are at this point really unsure of what is going to go on. They have no idea. They have no access to information as much. They only hear from whatever people say around them, whether it's negative or whether it's positive, because they have no access to a fast internet, which is what is required right now. They have no access to online information because they don't have the internet. They still work with their hands, and they're not educated. And those people that would be in a state of unpeace, no, there's no peace because there's a lot of fear. They're not sure what's happening, and it is people like us who have access to information, who have access to knowledge, who can reach out, that we can do something about it to at least help them, educate them, and tell them what is expected and what is what good that can come out of a situation like right now, where there's lockdown. We're having the second lockdown here in Malaysia, and it's extended, and we're not sure when it ends. So that does put a lot of people in fear, especially those who work with their hands, and nothing to do with the internet. Yeah. So I guess the people who are at peace, people who are in the online space, we still have our livelihood. I think it is also our responsibility and also our humanity to reach out to all of these people, so that that is how we spread peace around and hope around. I think human beings, they just need hope. When you have hope, that is where you start to see things in a much positive way, right? Yeah.
That's the magic 4-letter word that people will love to be part of. The hope that everything, the brightness of the future, we always say, right? Hope is always keeping people alive, and that thing that thrives in you, that makes all the difference. So
Absolutely.
This is wonderful you are bringing to the table. So are you ready to play the game?
I am so ready. Let's go. This was what was exciting when you told me about this game.
Yes, it is. So as we say, the miracle game is not a it's not a tarot card reading or anything that we're going to do some fortune telling. It is a game book that was gamified ebook. In fact, as of what we knew, it was the world's first gamified ebook, and it was launched in 2013 in the National Library in Singapore. So it was a game book to just get people to think about what's possible in their life, because we see that life is full of messages for us around the world. And these messages were channeled through me when I was going through some of the toughest time in my life. Also, instead of going through all those, complaining on Facebook, I started journaling my life aha moments on Facebook. So that's how this came about. So these 100 codes have been compiled, and now we are playing it as a game. And so whatever that shows up in this session, we're going to use it as a point to discuss on and what's coming up for all of us. For you, most importantly, what are your thoughts around it? So this is how we play the game. We take a deep breath in, just grounding ourselves, becoming present to what's possible and what is the message we would love everyone to have today. So let's go. Your number, please.
So I choose a number from 0 to
100.
100. I'll choose 99.
Wow, love that. Let's go. Okay.
Cannot
So do
see.
you want to read
Yes.
this?
Okay, what does it say? What you read may be an immediate solution and implied
No,
answer,
no,
or
no.
the
They're
learning.
just the ones in the orange. The ones in the
Okay,
orange.
if judging others for who they are, commenting about their life and what they do is right or wrong is part of your life, you are wasting your energy and time. Your life deserves more attention for what you are meant to be doing in life. Your greatness awaits you. Focus on maximizing your human potential and shine in your life. Highest blessing be with you for an awesome life. Yes,
Yay.
yes, 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 yes. So this is a topic about judgment. Ah, you know what? Do we start now?
Yeah. No, this is not Toastmasters table topic. Begin now.
Ding! There's a bell that thing.
And there's no bell for you, my friend. Go
Thanks,
on.
thanks for that. Thanks for that. Yeah. So I'll use this space now to share, because it's interestingly just a couple of days ago, this thing came up, and I was actually talking to somebody about this because the person couldn't move forward in her business because of this person did this, you didn't do this, you didn't, and it was like I just listened to the person, and then I was saying, all that time you're looking at other people. What are you doing? How much time did you spend looking at your current business and how to make it grow? With the same amount of time you look at other people's faults, why not that same time you work on your sales page and go get some customers, right? Instead of looking at what doesn't work and talking about hours about it. And that is what holds people back. And it's a form of not taking responsibility. And I said, it's a woman, right? So I talk about being in queenhood. When you're in a queen mindset, you are in control of your life. You are looking at others or to others only to add value, instead of looking at other people's faults and expecting them to serve you. That is the kind of queenhood that I was talking about. So if you are looking at other people's faults all the time, you're either playing victim or you are playing princess. Playing princess will never get you to succeed. Playing victim, for sure you will not succeed, right? Playing princess is like, I expect you to do things for me because you never do this. That's why I am not successful. I don't have a grant. That's why I can't survive. My husband is lost his job. That's why I can't survive. I mean, what has that got to do with you, right? So if you step into your queen, what can you do about it to resolve the situation? Instead of always looking at other people's faults, spending tons of energy and time and getting that energy, drained from you, why not use that same amount of time, put on your crown and see what you can do, what resources you have, who you need to collaborate with, other queens or kings, to grow your tribe, to grow your value, your kingdom, right? And be benevolent and get the right people to follow your cause, which is, if you're in business, it's like, yes, this is what they believe in. This is the cause they believe in. And people don't buy products and service because of the product or service. People buy products and service because of the why behind that product and service, right? So you, as a king and queen in your business, that's how you do things, yeah? And this applies everywhere. Even if you're working in a job, you're in leadership position, even as a follower also, it's important for you to be in that level of kinghood or queenhood, because that judging others, that just spoils everything. Like office politics, I just don't understand people having office politics, fighting with amongst each other for measly cracks. I don't know. No, none of them is a billionaire, so it just doesn't make sense to me. So it's like, why do you do that? Why do you do that? It's because of that scarcity mindset. And once we have that scarcity mindset, it's always not enough. Everything else is bad. You judge people and looking into all of their little thingies, and analyzing all the little thingies. So what is the solution? Yeah, that's ding.
I think no, there's no thing for you at this time, but it's good. It's good that you're bringing this up because everybody wants to be, it's about being in that space of responsibility and there is in the space of, taking ownership of what's showing up in our life. And that's how you started the conversation today, not to see it as right and wrong, or you just said it, there's no positive or negative, it's to be at peace. So coming into this space of judging others, and many a time, and I've seen many of your posts, you are so into it, I know, about gossips and telling people not to mind other people's business and look at what's going on for you. And when we judge others, it's very much in the space of, it goes into the space of gossip, it goes into the space of energy, leak. I will use the word leak rather than drain, because we are this vessel that's holding so much of positivity in us, and we let it drain off. So you want to share a little bit on that space?
Which space is this?
The space of, like, when people talk about right and wrong, when we are judging others.
That is a perspective, and a perspective is a perspective. If people say, there are things that are a person's opinion, and there are universal values or universal truths that we must uphold. What is wrong is wrong, what is right, like murdering people, innocent people, that's wrong. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. Or telling a lie that can destroy a person's reputation, and it's not true, or just for the purpose of, I don't like that person, that is universally wrong. Okay, so that for sure, there are universal rights and wrongs, and there are opinions, right? So again, it is not one to, if you can share your perspective and opinion, but there will be, no matter what good you do or what good you believe in, there will always be people who do not agree with you, and that's just the way it is. And that is, if we can accept it without anyone going into some violence or some really negative actions that comes out of it, I think that's the way it is. I mean, that's how you rally support, you get community, because the community you build, the tribe that you have, are all those people with that same opinions or perspectives or values or beliefs that you have. And it's okay when other people do not have those same beliefs, right? But to just say, you're wrong no matter what, I'm the only one that's right, because this is, then that's where we build more walls. And in order to have peace, okay, let's talk about global peace, like with different communities, different cultures, different race, different genders, for example. We are all about building bridges. You really want to have peace amongst different opinions. Build bridges, don't build further walls. There's some things that people don't believe in your beliefs. I have certain beliefs that, even though we come from the same faith, Azeeza, you may not have the same beliefs that I have, and there are other people who do not share the same beliefs. Okay, so what are those values and beliefs that bond us, that are in common, and we stick to that, and that is where we are happy with everyone else, because there's always something that holds us together, right? And like my community, we have a diverse community, just like yours. We all have a diverse community where people from all over the world, different religions, different cultures, different genders, different backgrounds, different perspectives of lives come together, but because they stand for a common belief, which is they want to do, they want to add more peace in the world. They want to do more good in the world. Like in my community, it's like, they want to build business, collaborate, and do more good so that they can do more good in the world. That binds people together. When we talk about judging people, you don't even have to talk about different races, different culture and all that. Just talk in a family. You know how many families break up? Same mother, same father, just because of some differences. Political beliefs, like, this one, I don't believe in this politics. I'm supporter of this politics, because of some differences in opinions or personalities. And that breaks up families. I think that is ridiculous. Go find something that bonds rather than highlighting or growing or enhancing differences.
Yes. And I think that is where we are gearing towards when it comes to making sure that we are keeping the peace. So it all starts within us and our family and our loved ones,
Absolutely.
and then our community, it has to spread that way. And just by, I think the one of the most important thing that we want to just sum up with is judging our own self. Not about
Correct.
other people, right? So judging our
Right.
own self, and that's what you said, right and wrong. Again, that's what you said at the beginning, positive or negative that we are having. Judging it as positive and negative itself brings our energy to a space of guilt and shame, and that can affect, the growth that we are having or the peace that we have within. So that is really awesome what you're sharing today. Can I just also ask you, what is the some one tip or a few ideas that you can give for the audience to experience peace in their life, and in order for them to have some more,
Yeah.
joyful feelings?
Thanks for asking me that question. Actually, well, while I was, I stopped for my breath because I was talking. So I was just taking a breath. I was thinking, oh yeah, I want to share this with Azeeza. How I manage my peace and joy whenever I go into that space of hurt or anger. That is where I just keep quiet, and then I ask myself this: where did that come from? And if you see somebody, if you see that, I train myself to see joy in other people's successes, right? Because I want their blessings as well. I want whatever they have to come to me as well. And when I feel a sense of jealousy, I will be like, where did that come from? Now, that lack of self-worthiness, that lack of God does not provide enough for me, that fear, that comes in us as human beings. And I'm not saying, oh, the best monk will not have this. The best monk who meditates every day or whatever will have this, because we are humans. We are humans. So in any way, we it's just to minimalize that. But you ask yourself, where did that come from? How can I elevate myself to that space of joy? Because I believe God loves me. God provides more than enough for me, and I am enough. So that is something that you can start working on the inside, because instead of we telling people, hey, you shouldn't gossip, you shouldn't do this, when we tell this, they will be defensive. But if we tell ourselves on a daily basis, whenever that negative thought or that negative emotion comes in, ask yourself, where did that thought come from? And also to forgive yourself and ask and just say that God loves me, I am enough, and God, there's more than enough that He provides. And that energy feels love. You are loved anyway. But when you don't love yourself, or you are hurt or something within, it's because of the lack of self-love, right? You don't have love within your heart. You will find fault in other people, and you will find there's a lot of unhappiness on the outside. So we'll work on the inside. Yeah, so that's one tip I'd like to share, and it helps me.
So let's say that question again. Where did that come from?
Yeah. Hey, it's like break the pattern.
Where did that come from? Very nice. I'm just gonna type it out so that people get to hear that and see that, so powerful. Because sometimes and always we know that the most powerful thing is what we tell ourselves, and to catch ourselves that it's not working, and then working on taking it forward. Thank you so much. Oh my God.
This is Hope. This is Hope. Her name is Hope.
Oh, really? Oh my God. So adorable. Thank you so much. It's really wonderful that we have you in our space, and also share with us your insights, your energy, your enthusiasm that always, is contagious and impacts others in such wonderful ways. We're so excited for the growth that is happening. And as you say, coming from different walks of life, our mission in Go Global Business School is global peace through global business. So that's where we stand with everybody. And we're so happy that communities are coming together in this mission. And we wish you tremendous success and immense achievements in what you're doing with your amazing team of people. And we look forward to one day creating these networking events that can bring about more collaborations among communities as well.
Yes, I'd love that.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you, Azeeza. Thanks for having me.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And we look forward to seeing you, friends. I'm sure you had this energizing dose today with Mdm Murshidah. And we will see you next week with another amazing guest in the house. Until then, have a blessed week ahead. Thank you so much.
Bye.